Hey guys, so the weather obviously hasn't played ball. We've had to move, so we're not at the airfield anymore, and we've moved our way up to the main residence. So what that will do is, I guess, our focus now will change from wings. So we've completed the ailerons and flaps. We just didn't get any further on those wings, so we missed the fuel tanks, wingtips, and all the other stuff that goes along with the wings. So now we will move in. I've been lucky enough that we've got the quick build fuselage up here, so that's already here and ready to go. So I'll just give you a bit of a look at how that sort of looks at the moment. So if you order one of those quick build fuselages, you'll sort of see that this is the way that they will come from the factory. I think from memory it saves roughly around about 500 hours or so from the total build to get it done this way. So obviously it just means that I'm going to get my aircraft a lot quicker going with this option. So basically what today is going to be all about is, you can see I've got no seats in there at the moment, and that will be the focus today. So we'll be doing front and rear seats just to keep ourselves busy while we're here. And then from there on in, we'll try and move into whatever we can on the inside and maximise my time while I'm here. So just starting to work on the front seat assembly. And you can sort of see we've started to get the base of the seat all prepped and ready to go. As I've gone through the front seat, it's all been pretty good, the top skin, all that sort of stuff. But when you get in underneath with the lever action, it just starts to get a little bit more complicated, a little bit more finicky. And it's made me pause a little bit and really make me think about the other builders that are out there that are doing this completely by themselves. So I'm really lucky here. Obviously, being a build assist, I get a tap on the shoulder if I'm about to do something wrong, or I can ask a question, or just ask for experience. So it helps a lot during the build to be able to do that. Saved me, I don't know how many hours already, and also how many mistakes I would have made. So just full credit to those guys that are actually building these things by themselves. The instructions, all that sort of stuff, like, they're really good. They follow a really logical pattern, all that sort of stuff. I think they're really, really good. But there is such a thing as experience, I think, when you're doing these builds. So we've certainly, made really good progress on the seats today. So I'm really hopeful that we'll get these knocked over by the end of the day, and then hopefully we'll get stuck into some remaining items in there. And yeah, so that's just a bit of an update for today. Obviously got a few time lapses in there to just show you sort of how we're tracking along, but making really good progress today. So once the front seats had been completed, it was time to move on to the rear seats. And it might sound a little bit strange, but this is actually the most sentimental part of the build assist for me so far. We have a small family. It's just myself, my wife, and our little 6-year-old girl, Evie. And the reason this part becomes more sentimental is that these are the seats that our little girl will actually be travelling in. As I was building away, I was really overwhelmed with emotion thinking about what I was actually doing and the reasons that we're doing it for. This is all about creating memories for us. The plane is about unlocking journeys as a family that we'll remember forever, and something, hopefully, that our little girl will look back on in the years to come and smile. These feelings are really hard to explain or describe. And if I'm being really honest, I haven't built a hell of a lot with my own hands during my lifetime. So maybe this is just a feeling that I've missed for my entire life. But again, this build assist is giving me something that I just didn't expect, a feeling that I didn't expect, and an experience that I didn't expect. I'm just thankful. After lunch, Errol and I ducked off to the painter. This was to pick my exterior colours. This was primarily due to the fact the interior kit needed to be ordered early.
So here it is. My colour scheme will be based off the Mercedes-Benz F1 team. I'm an F1 fan, and I've always loved how much of a head turner the Mercedes-Benz F1 cars are. So whilst I'll be using white as my primary base colour more for safety concerns, the Petronas green will radiate through my design. And it was awesome to chat to a painter that's painted countless amounts of planes already to try and understand what would and what wouldn't work. I'm looking forward to showing you the design as we progress.
All right, guys, it's been a really, really good day. So I feel like I've made a lot of progress today. I feel like I've actually, built a fair bit. So unlike the last couple of days where the wings were sort of pretty slow progress, making progress, but it just doesn't look like you're doing a lot with the wings. Whereas today with the seats, I can sort of see, we're able to get the rivet gun out a lot quicker. Some of the things were a little bit complicated, I guess is the best word to say. But all in all, knocked them together pretty quickly. So I'll just give you a quick look at how they look and how they've come up today. So you can sort of see down there, that is the rear seats all coming together, which is awesome. And then you can see the start of the front seats here. So that is the pilot side, left-hand side. Just finishing the mechanism off there, so that will be finished shortly. And then finally I've got the front passenger seat fully completed there. So it's just this little mechanism in here which is just a little bit complicated, that takes a little bit of time. That's probably taken all the time today. All things considered though, very, very good day and made some solid progress. Tomorrow we'll try and stay for as long as we possibly can. Hopefully tomorrow we've still got another couple of hours or at least till lunchtime to get stuck into whatever we can in the fuselage. Install things like pedals and all that sort of stuff will be the goal tomorrow. Look, the weather's closing in, so I don't want to get stuck here. But all things considered, it's roughly probably 7:30 or 8 o'clock at night here at the moment. I've had a really, really solid day in here. I've put a fair bit of time in this week and I'm pretty happy ultimately with all things considered what we've been able to do and achieve. We feel like we've knocked a lot of things over. I'll be back up again in a couple of weeks or so to get stuck back into it again. Meanwhile, the boys will continue to do a little bit of work while I'm away. There's a lot on in here at the moment. If you sort of look around the shed, these guys are super busy. So that's a Sling 2 over there. I think that's a little bit more advanced than mine currently. It's starting to get avionics hooked up, all that sort of stuff. We've got a high wing in the process over here. Obviously, we've got mine there. And then we've got another TSI, which just came in today. So there's a lot of stuff going on. You can remember back into the workshop as well. There's just a phenomenal amount of work to get through, which is bloody great to see. It's good to see that slings are really becoming quite popular in Australia, and really hope there's going to be a lot more soon.